Are you ready? Look! It's finally time for the second birthday gift. I already promised you plants, real and not so real, LED lights, clay. Did I promise clay? I'm not sure. Hot glue. And did I mention glow in the dark at all? I promised you all of this in the first video. If you missed the first one, go check that out. I turned an IKEA frame like this into a birth gift, taking the birth card as inspiration. I'll link the video, go watch that as well. So I have the second frame here. Let's see what we can make of it. Let me tell you about the plan, the vision. I want to make a little wall here, so it creates an area where we can actually put the plants. In between the plants, I want to take the hot glue and make little mushrooms out of it. And if I can, put LED lights inside of them. Also, I'm going to put some fake plants in, just in case the real ones die. And I might add a little bit of glow-in-the-dark paint on the fake plants. That way, you can either light it up with the LEDs, and if you turn it off, it will still glow a little bit. I thought that'd be pretty cool. The thing I don't know yet is the background, like actually incorporating his name, the letter. I have some wooden letters I might be able to use, but that's the thing, I don't know the colors yet, I don't know the details, so we'll figure it out along the way. Let's get started. First, a little wardrobe change into some more ruinable clothes. And then I'm getting all the stuff. A little wood board I have lying around from another project, a saw, a pencil, a measuring device, and of course, the IKEA frame. We start with a little wall that will go in the front of the picture frame that will hold all the plants. And we'll make that out of this thin wood. So I'm measuring everything and I'm just drawing out a little rectangle that we can cut out of the wood. But it wasn't long before I ran into my first problem. The amount of space I still have to do and the amount of space that is left in the saw. Do you see the problem? Yeah. Plan B is a sharp pointy thing. In my case, a sharp, not so pointy thing, because I broke the tip off during the last craft. So I don't mind ruining it further with some wood. It actually worked quite well. I ran it over the line a couple times and I could just bend the wood until it breaks, and then I'll just cut the leftover bit that was still attached. I sand down the rough edges and see if it fits in the photo frame. So these are the three pieces that I want to change color-wise, because I don't want it to be black and I don't want it to be boring. So I've got this foil tape, kind of sticky, plasticky stuff. And I'm gonna try and stick it on. I have no idea whether it will stick, but we'll find out. Bitte lesen Sie diese Hinweise und Informationen vor der Verarbeitung der Dekorfolie gründlich durch. I am pretty sure that is German for don't bother reading the instructions and just stick the foil on. You'll be fine. Let's do it! what we've got so far. I'm averagely pleased with it. Is that a word? Averagely? Average. I'm not going to point out all the mistakes, because if I don't point it out, you might not see it. So let's just say the foil didn't stick as well as I'd hoped. Let's leave it at that. So this is the result. There's a couple of Zoe hairs in there, but I can take those out. I think the next step is to put some lining in here, because there's going to be real plants, so it needs real water. I have some, I don't know how you call it, let's call it lining, from my pond. So I thought that's waterproof. Let's use that. It is quite thick, so it might be hard to put it in such a small space, but we'll try, see what happens. Otherwise I'll use something else, I guess. I don't know. First, we make a template. We stick 2 sheets of paper together so it's big enough. Start measuring everything. And then I'm making a bunch of dots and lines and dots, which you can hardly see. So let's skip to the part where it's done. And it fits. So we have our template. Trace it on the lining, cut it out. Fold it. Glue it. To make sure it dries as flat as possible, I'm shoving in a book and put a bunch of papers on top. And while that is drying, I'm getting a sheet of silicone and putting loads of dollops of hot glue on it. These will be the top of the mushrooms, or the mushroom caps. And I'm twisting the LED wire to make the stems of the mushrooms with lights in the top. Glow in the dark paint. I'm putting all the paints on the wire, the LED wires, that will be inside of the stems of the mushrooms. I'm also painting the caps. They wouldn't lie still for the life of me. So I took some tape and I stuck them to the table, and then I could paint them. Putting hot glue on all the stems and adding the tops. And the mushrooms are done and they light up. How cool. I think I have everything ready to start assembling. I've got the frame ready. The background can go in this square area. Of course, the anti-leaking device to go back there to hold all the soil. I've got some soil. I've got some real plants sprouting away, I hope. Fake leaves that will go around there. LED mushroom things like this. Also, I have letters of his name, because first I wanted to put some letters down here and have a big L right there. So I have his name in full, right here. They're not sticking, but you get the idea. But now I'm thinking it might be nice to spell out his name right there. So that's what I'm going for. I might have to paint these letters. I'm not sure yet. Also, I don't know how to film this, because I would like to see when I put everything together. So I'll put it like this, but then you can't see anything. If you want to see, I can't. I can't. Oh, and if I do it flat, which I usually do, right, with a top-down camera, but then if the soil is already in there, it will just fall out. So I have to find a way so you can see and I can see and the world will be well. Wish me luck. Let's figure something out. Are you ready? Look! How cool is this? I'm so happy. I mean, everything worked out really well. The only thing I didn't use was clay because I wanted to put like little pebbles, but I don't think it needs it. So I just left it out. It's got LEDs. It's got real plants. This one around here is fake. The mushrooms, they have the LEDs in them and they are glow in the dark. How cool is that? I'm really happy with the results. I didn't expect this. Let me know what you think. Is it better? Is it worse? Do you miss the clay, or is the glow in the dark and the LEDs enough for you? And like the real plants. I mean, come on, right? Real plants, they're real, like actual living plants. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.